Namaste friends, Gary here with another video. In this video, I want to share with you the most powerful tool that I have ever learned to reprogram the subconscious mind and to really turbocharge the two and really any affirmation or any program that you're trying to program into the subconscious mind. In yesterday's video, I talked to you about how everything, your body is controlled by the programs that are installed in the subconscious mind. And I shared with you two very powerful programs or affirmations that you can use to kind of create a blanket effect, to kind of go through and to kind of dissolve all of the viruses, so to speak, that you have running in your subconscious biocomputer. And those two programs or affirmations were, I love myself, and there's more than enough. Okay? So today I'm going to talk to you about a very powerful tool, the most powerful tool that I have ever learned to really turbocharge the reprogramming of the subconscious mind. But before I do that, I want to ask you a question. Okay? Right here, I've got a mirror. When you look in the mirror, what do you think? What do you feel? What do you feel about yourself looking in the mirror? You know, for a long period of my life, especially my teenage years, when I looked in the mirror, I literally hated myself. I hated the way I looked. I hated my skin. I hated my nose. And there was a lot of negative self-talk. And that negative self-talk again, created those emotions. So, you know, going through junior high, oh my gosh, I remember some ladies, you know, oh my gosh, I was so attracted to them, and we would talk, and, you know, we got along so well. But when it really came to making the move and, you know, maybe asking them on a date, asking them to be your girlfriend, I just didn't have the courage to do it because of the programs that were running in the biocomputer. Whenever I would want to go and, you know, make the move and kind of go after what I wanted, my insecurity, my inferiority, my self-hatred really held me back. And so then in 2006, I came across a book after my Great Awakening. You know, after my Great Awakening, I started reading books for the first time in my life. If you know my story, the first book I ever read in my entire life was Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. I mean, look at this. I've got this thing just earmarked till forever. But that was the first book I ever read in my entire life. At 24, 25 years old, you know, I'm a high school dropout. I never read a book. I still barely know how to use a comma. But I started becoming a voracious reader and a voracious student of life. And I came across a book by just an absolutely beautiful soul named Louise Hay called You Can Heal Your Life. And really what it talked about is what I'm sharing with you today is, you know, how we feel inside, and especially how we feel about ourselves inside reflects back to us in the physical world. And one tool that I use that I'm going to share with you is what I call mirror work. Okay, and mirror work is really developing that relationship with yourself, really spending time in the mirror, really looking deep at your own face, really, you know, loving and accepting yourself, being grateful for the body that you have and for the life that you have, rather than beating yourself up, criticizing yourself, hating yourself. Because again, you know, if you're really honest with yourself, answer that question. You know, when you look in the mirror, when you look at your own face, when you look at your teeth, when you look at your nose, when you look at your eyes, your ears, your hair, how do you really feel? You know, for the ladies out there, I think the ladies, you know, oftentimes have it harder than men because women are constantly being programmed that I'm not good enough. Okay? My eyelashes aren't good enough, my eyebrows aren't good enough, my lips aren't good enough, my hair's not good enough, nothing is good enough. So when you're looking in the mirror every day and they've got to put makeup on, they've got to put a mask on just to leave the house, they're looking in the mirror and they don't like what they see. They're beating themselves up. They're criticizing themselves. And they're doing it in silence. They're doing it in private and they're doing it in silence. And so they're just constantly, repetition like we learned yesterday, they're repeating this negative self-talk. And so the mirror work is the most powerful tool that I have ever learned to turbocharge reprogramming your subconscious mind. I remember in 2006, I had to move back in with my parents. You know, I quit working as a mechanic, and I watched The Secret. I'd read Think and Grow Rich. I started studying Bob Proctor, and I thought I was going to go out there and I was going to become a millionaire over the summer. Okay? Not. I ended up almost losing everything. Foreclosing on a house, cars repossessed, motorcycles repossessed, credit card companies calling me on the phone. And I had to move back in with my parents. And I remember the very first night back living with my parents, I'm sitting on the bed and I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, where's the checks at? You know, where are the checks at? You know, gosh, I thought I was supposed to just write affirmations and I was supposed to get those checks. And I went into the bathroom and I looked at myself in the mirror and a shift happened. And after that, I took a dry erase marker and right in the middle of my face, the reflection of my face, I wrote, I love you. And then I wrote a bunch of different affirmations. In fact, even to this day, if you go and turn on the shower and the room fills up with steam, you can still see the affirmations that I wrote all those years ago. And I spent a lot of time in that mirror developing a relationship, a loving, caring, nurturing, supportive relationship with myself that I carry with myself today. It's the most powerful thing. The most important relationship that you're ever going to have in your entire life is the relationship that you have with yourself. And if you have an abusive relationship with yourself, how can you ever expect to live a happy life? So I'm telling you, couple minutes a day, just getting in front of the mirror and looking. I love you. I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I accept you. I'm so grateful for you. Come a long way. Going big places. Just spend a little time, a little time every day when you're getting ready, rather than beating yourself up. Praise yourself. How often do we praise ourselves? And then, just like I said, I love you. I accept you. I believe in you. I want the very best for you. And I'm telling you, you spend time. Even talking about it, brings up the emotion. Because I'm telling you, you spend time doing that every day for the next 30 days, let's say. Or even for the rest of your life, but you got to start building that habit. You're going to have breakthroughs. And when you have breakthroughs, they're emotional breakthroughs. You're going to start crying. And the crying is the letting go, the forgive. I forgive you. That's another great one. We're going to talk about that on an upcoming video. But forgiving yourself. I forgive you for beating yourself up. Calling yourself stupid. Calling yourself not good enough. Calling yourself ugly. I forgive you. I love you. I accept you. Gosh, I remember growing up, man, I used to hate my nose. Oh my gosh, this big Jew nose. I hated it. Now I love it. I love everything about my face. Everything. Look at this dirty beard. I love it. I love myself. I accept myself. And I'm telling you, this is the most important thing that you can really do for yourself, is learn to love and accept yourself. And I'm telling you, your entire life will change. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I really, really hope that you start spending some intentional time. Spend some intentional time in front of that mirror, really developing a relationship with yourself, a loving, caring, supportive relationship. Because it's the most important relationship in your entire life. And I'm telling you, the quality of the results that you get in your life are going to be a direct reflection of how you feel about yourself. If you don't like yourself, you're not going to talk to strangers. And if you have something to sell, and we're all selling something, whether you're trying to get a date or you're trying to close a deal, you're selling something. And if you don't like yourself, you're not going to sell anything. Because at the end of the day, it exudes your energy. I hope you can feel my energy when I make these videos. Because I'm getting in front, I'm just babbling. I'm just doing this to try to develop new habits for myself, to try to grow my self-confidence. Because there's not a finish line. There's not a finish line. There's not some time where I'm going to say, oh, I got all the self-confidence that I'm ever going to get. I've got all the self-esteem that I'm ever going to get. No, it's a constant, never-ending journey. And I'm telling you, the fastest way is mirror work. So I appreciate you guys so much. Be sure to like this video, share it, do all that type of stuff. You know, it's all going to unfold the way it's going to unfold anyway. So I love you so much spending time with me, watching this video. I'll see you on the next one.